Hello, hi, and welcome to Empathic Fire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Cancer in September 2020. What's going on, Cancer? How are you guys doing? I hope that you are doing well. All right, friends, welcome to your monthly reading. Hopefully, wherever you are in the world right now, Cancer, you are safe, happy, healthy, and secure. Hopefully, you are able to continue to take very good care of yourselves and others at this time. And, yeah. Let's just go ahead and get into it. Anything you need from me, Cancer, it's already in the description box below. If you want the timestamp, it is down there. If you want to figure out or see the way in which to purchase a personal reading with me, you can find that in the description box as well. If you have a question before you place an order with me, just go ahead and email me at the same address and I'll answer you as soon as I can. If you want to see me do this or something similar to this, I should say, on my Instagram, the link for that is down below as well for EmpathicFire Tarot on Instagram. And someone asked recently, so I'm just going to, announce it in all these videos. If you're interested in making a donation to the channel, feel free to use the links below for the PayPal or the Cash App, and just make sure that you put like a little notation if you were to make a donation, like this is for a donation, I'm not looking for a reading. You don't have to tell me, anything else other than that if you want to, but someone asked if they could donate to me via the channel here, and I was like, it'd be much better if you just go ahead and use either of those two links. So anyway, let's get into it for you guys. Cancer in September 2020. I'd like to see the outcome for Cancer in September 2020. Please show me. Goes. Bottom of the deck is the overall energy. Everything down the bottom is face down and everything up there is face up. That's interesting. Maybe that factors in. We'll see. Let's flip everything over and see what's happening. Okay, and this one as well. Alrighty then. Try and make that look a little better for the camera, but not that I think most people care. It's more for me than anybody else. Alright guys, let's get into it. Please show me where Cancer is in September 2020. Cancer in September 2020, please show me. Okay, got it. All right, Cancer, let's get into it. Coming into September, you come in with the energy of the Six of Pentacles. All right, then. Time's up. That's just, on its face. We're looking at a grandfather clock here. I feel as though some of you are meeting a deadline, or a deadline is approaching, or someone you're dealing with. I feel like in some of your cases, well, okay, hold on. Yeah, it's more like you're telling, okay, there we go. Cancer, you guys are telling someone else, although again, it is a general, so it can go the other way. But it feels like Cancer's telling someone else, your time is up. The time has come, the end of the road here, or there's no more stalling, there's no more delaying, there's no more procrastinating. I feel like, I feel like Cancer, you've been waiting for a person to make a decision, make up their mind, get back to you, confirm something with you, wrap something up with you, get something started with you. And this is just like, I've had enough of waiting for this to end, to begin. I've had enough of waiting for you, or even some of you might say this on yourselves. You might eliminate yourself from or you might be delivering this message to yourself. I'm tired of waiting to get my life together, get myself started on a new trajectory, on a new path, on a new goal. There's just like this enough is enough kind of energy. Too much time, too much effort has been put in already without any results. There we go. That's the point. So Six of Pentacles traditionally does talk about, reciprocity. It does talk about things that we give out and receiving, and we want them in equal measure. If I give you 30% of my time, I want you to give me 30% of your time. You know what I mean? What's fair is fair. What's even is even, right? And I feel as though you've been dealing with a person or a situation or something within yourself, Cancer, that hasn't been an equal give and take. It hasn't been, even Stevens, so to speak. So, I feel there's an imperative coming from your energy that says, you know what? We've got to see a turnaround here, or we've got to start seeing results. There's no more dilly-dallying. It feels a little harsh, but not like you're, cursing up a storm or throwing a fit. Not like that. It feels harsh as in like where you or someone might be used to there being a little bit of leeway in the situation. There's no more leeway. Like all of the leeway has run out. Like I said, time's up. So it's where there was this energy before, or this precedence before, where Cancer said that they wanted to hear from me by Friday. I'll get back to them by Saturday afternoon. It'll be okay. And you're like, no, my time. Okay. For some of you, this is like a business partnership or a business relationship or something professional where no, the contract says, or we agreed that this would happen on this date, and you keep pushing back, or you keep, overextending. And it's just like, no, I have other things I have to do with my time. I have other things I can do with my energy and my money. It is Pentacles. So for some of you, it is about payments made to you, or again, it could go vice versa. You're late on payments. And I think it's very personal. I don't think it's like, you're late paying your credit card bill. I mean, it could be that, but I think it's a little more intimate than that. I think it's a little bit more, paying directly for a service. You could be, you could be in childcare, you could be in landscaping or something like that. And the people or a few people that you're working with are just, they're not meeting you, or they're not paying you when you need to be paid. Something like that. In other cases, it's not business. It's not really about the money part of Pentacles. It is again about time and effort. I've put in a lot of work on this project at my job. I am leading this team, and other people are slacking, or you could be in school and it's sort of the same story. And then deeper than that, or maybe not deeper, but again, more intimately than that, it could be a friendship or family situation where you're putting a lot of time and effort into accomplishing XYZ within the household, contributing XYZ to the household, and whoever you live with, whoever you cohabitate with, they're kind of falling, behind in their responsibility. Something like that. Now, yeah, okay, thank you. They're like, okay, and they're like, don't forget. So also this works for people who are having issues in a love relationship. Now, I don't know what the definition of that love relationship is. It could be long-term commitment, short-term, you just met, you've been married for 50 years, I don't know. But there is sort of like this inequality amongst the partners. Somebody has been pulling the other one's weight, and that has a different, just like a slightly different implication to it. Cancer, you're very sentimental, or at least traditionally speaking, Cancer's archetype is usually very sentimental when it comes to romance. And you take any type of treatment by your partner very serious. You're known to be sensitive and all that kind of stuff. And I say it in this mocking tone because not every Cancer is sensitive, or not every Cancer is going to be the type of sensitive that cries and weeps when they're upset. Like I said, some of you might be very full of ire. You're full of a lot of frustration, and you're angry. It's not all Cancers are sobbing messes when they're upset, something like that. So I have to clarify that for some reason. So things are not give and take. What else is happening? Please show me. Yeah, man, you've been working on this. Okay, so Cancer, I really feel, and there was a significance, I see it here. There was a significance because remember, this top line was all face up, and then the the bottom line was all face down. So I feel you're kind of down here in the bottom line. And I think you've been working on this with this person, with this team of people, with your family, with your friends for a long time. I feel you have tried your best to make things grow, and it just hasn't happened. Three of Pentacles here. So you desire partnership. I'm not speaking specifically to any type. If you are an independent contractor, you do need partnership. You do need clients to work with. You need partnership. If you are concerned about your home life, you want partnership with a spouse or with a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, or roommates or whatever. It's just like you're willing to put in this work, and you desire things to grow. You desire for things to expand, or things to become, live up to their potential, so to speak. But what do we see here? We see one single figure with his little watering can watering these three separate plants. And it's not a lush garden. It's very sparse. And again, he's the only person out here, right? So it feels for me, Cancer, that subjectively, I'm going to emphasize this, subjectively, you feel like you're the only one who's putting in work. Now, is that the objective truth? I don't know, because I suppose it goes back to the equality thing, right? Because we don't know if other people have been in this scene before, right? So maybe someone has just, done a little weeding, and then this person comes and they're doing the watering. You see what I mean? I can't tell you how inconsistent someone has been. You know more than I do. So in some of your cases, it's very much true. You've been dealing with a person or dealing with people who from the get-go have not been supportive in the situation, or who have not contributed equal parts. Others of you, it's like you've been pulling, or someone hasn't been pulling in their weight for a little while. It's unusual for that to happen. And so you've picked up the slack and you've taken on this burden. So again, subjectively, it feels like your standpoint is, I'm doing all the work, I'm doing all the work, I'm doing all the work. How true and or how long that's been happening, I can't tell you. And again, what we were talking about earlier about the Six of Pentacles, it's been a while in several of your cases that you've been stepping up and contributing what you've been contributing to the situation. It's been a while that you've been out there tending to the garden, and someone else or other people have just been, MIA, right? So it could be in some of your cases, because I feel a very solitary energy down here, and I feel more of a mix up there. I think that's what's going on. So what do I mean when I say that? Especially if this is like a business relationship, this is like you working with clients, or someone in a professional setting, I get the sense that you don't see the full picture. Based on what you do see though, Cancer, again, subjectively, it feels very correct. But the broader picture, the more objective view of the situation, it's probably more complicated than you know of. And that could work also with interpersonal relationships or intimate relationships you have with people. You could be dealing with friends, family, lovers, whatever it is, and you might think, hey, I know what's going on with this person, or I know all I need to know about what they're dealing with personally, and I'm getting the sense that that's not really the case. Regardless of that, I feel you're just tired of this, because you normally or have for a while now have overextended yourself, or been available, or like I said, picked up the slack, because for the sake of the team, for the sake of everyone involved, let me just go ahead and do this extra work. For the sake of everybody involved, or the sake of my business, let me just go ahead and extend this person another deadline, because I'd rather keep them as a client than lose them, something like that. I know that my partner has had a rough time of it. They're going to get their act together soon, so let me just go ahead and pick up these extra hours at work so that we can put food on the table, right? And you're prepared to do that work. That's, it's not a great sacrifice. That's true partnership. But because of the Six of Pentacles, what I was saying earlier, it's been going on for too long of a time from your perspective. It's been months, weeks, maybe years for some of you that you've been doing this, dealing with this person or situation in this way, and now you've just had it. So it's like this, you're being very much from where you're standing, this is how you feel, And I feel you're validated in that. But they're telling me, they're like, but, like, they keep, like, if I'm honest, they keep, like, doing, like, a quick, like, nudge on my back, like, a quick, like, just a minute, just, like, not tapping to get my attention, but it's just like a, no, that's not all, it's kind of how this feels, right? So be cautious of that, or be aware of that, maybe, not cautious, but just be aware of that, is that possibly some of you are not able to see the bigger picture or see all sides of the issue. Maybe that's more appropriate. Instead of saying bigger picture, maybe all sides of the situation. Okay. Regardless how you feel, what you're prepared to do. Knight of Cups. Water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So you're basically showing up in your own energy, in your own suit. And one of the first things that I note when this card comes up in this deck is how it looks like he's prepared to go. Now, I say he only because it's a knight and there's like a bearded skeleton on here. You could be a female and you could be doing this. It doesn't matter. There's no gender in a general. But this feels like, in some of your cases, you're ready to go. Let this person go. Let them handle things. Let the chips fall where they may. You're kind of over it. And that's so interesting because, well, okay, no. They're like, look at the artwork there. So you're prepared to go. I don't know that you're bluffing. No. Okay, they're like, it's not a bluff. What it is, he's packed. He's got his, bedroll. He's got his scroll and everything. He's fully dressed and he's heading out that archway, right? But he's looking over his shoulder. The motion of that horse and the motion of the knight on the horse is going to head through that arch. But the eye line is over the shoulder. The eye line is checking. So as you're prepared to let this situation go, the person go, kind of call the timer on this thing, Six of Pentacles, time is up. I need this by that date or else. And it's not ultimatum or anything like that. It's just like, I can no longer, this is you, I can no longer stand in this situation, or I can no longer contribute to the situation the way that I have. If you need me, I'm going to be through that archway going wherever you're going, right? So in some of your cases, it could be an actual physical move, or it's a moving of your focus, a moving of your priorities, a shifting in that, right? So you might not actually leave or travel to any new physical space, but you are energetically, what you're willing to contribute to the situation or not contribute is shifting, right? So if before you were giving extra hours of to your boss at work, you don't, this doesn't have to be you're the boss. It could be your boss needs you to stay extra hours, and they're the ones who are like, please, Cancer, please stay, I'll pay you, or in some cases I'll pay you in a couple of weeks when the money gets here, whatever. It's just like, I'm essentially working for free. That's not healthy. That's not cool. And it's not legal. So bye. I'm being a little bit more, I think, flippant than you would be. I think I'm being a little bit more cavalier than you would be in that situation because of how this knight is looking over its shoulder with concern, right? But I just feel there's like this line in the sand. As much as the knight is looking back, there's no going back. How about that? You might look back, but you're not going back. Hope that makes sense. What is in my eye? I have something on my eyelash here, I think. Jesus. It's always something with my eyes. Anyway, so I feel your story is pretty cut and clear, or where you're coming from, I should say, Cancer, is pretty cut and clear here. You want reciprocity, you want equal measures put in, you do desire partnership in this situation with this person or with these people. You don't want to be well, I shouldn't say some of you do. You're like, no, I do want to be compensated for the actual money. I don't think you want it to like flip. Like if you've been putting out of 100%, just to, quantify the thing. Out of 100%, we ideally think two people putting an effort would put in equal measures. 50 plus 50 equals 100, right? If for a while you've been putting in 80, you're not saying to this person, come back and you do 80 and I'll do 20. No. You're saying, come back, put in your equal measure so I can get back to doing 50% and you can up your game from 20 to 50. Does that make sense? So it's not even like you're trying to get quote unquote even in the situation or get some type of payback in that way. Like, I want you to overextend yourself now. I want you to be stressed. I want you to pay extra money, or I want you to go without payment. I want you to go without money. No, 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 no. I'm willing to kind of clean slate this whole thing, start over from scratch, or get back to, again, that equilibrium, that equal balance of both of us putting in the same amount. That's what you really want, okay? Now, what's up here? You're up there a little bit. I can feel it quickly. You're in consideration of whoever this is. They consider you. But let me tell you, this person up here, mess. Absolute mess. Okay? Why do I say that? Because they're deciding, maybe they're deciding on what you're putting out there. Oh, okay. That's the other thing I see. Okay. So it's going two ways. Because I did say this doesn't have to be about endings. This can be about beginnings, or certain things getting off the ground, making progress, right? And you could read it both ways when you come to the 10, excuse me, the 10 of Cups. You could read it both ways. 10s are culmination points, yes, and they do indicate some type of ultimate plateau. We've reached the top of the mountain, or we've reached the top of the pretty big hill. You know, if it's not a full-on mountain, it's a pretty steep hill, and we've reached the top. Okay, and usually with the 10 of Cups, we're talking about being overjoyed or being contented, happy family life, if that's the central story for you. This could still be happy family, but extended to friends, extended to your business partners. Is just something about being like smiling ear to ear and feeling, you know, nothing's going to get me down, and having lots of optimism and enthusiasm about things because you've worked so hard to get what you have, to get this payoff, to get this emotional contentment, right? That's here for you guys, or at least that's very integral to the story. Let's say that. It's integral to the story. If it's primarily the other person's perspective or the other side's perspective, they know that this is here, but they don't see it fully. I think Cancer, yes, because they're like, put it down, and what's below? Your 3 of Pentacles. You can envision this. The work that you've put in so far, Cancer, has been towards the 10 of Cups. You're trying to make every move one step closer to having the 10 of Cups. Again, emotional contentment, elation, joy, you know, happy family life, all that kind of stuff, right? It's so picturesque. It's so, quote unquote, perfect, the 10 of Cups. A lot of times, I think, like, the 10 of Cups is, you know, it's a lot. And I feel caution here, or the person that you're dealing with, they see it too, but they're a lot more walled off from that than you are. And again, I think it's because there are certain things going on with them personally, things that they're dealing with, things that they're focused on, things that they have to handle before they can do anything with you, that leaves this up in the air, that has caused them to rely on that shot clock or that timer that, you know, has been extended a couple of times because of your good graces, or because of your good graces, right? So out of the kindness of your heart, Cancer, you've extended this time, or you've told this person, oh, don't worry about it, you know, whenever you can. You've done that for a couple of times at least, and this person is grateful for that, and they kind of got used to that, or yeah, they're like, no, they're like, they got used to it. They got used to it. Maybe a little spoiled. And I'm not blaming you, by the way. I'm not blaming, well, Cancer, what else do you expect? I'm not blaming you, not at all. But what this feels like is this person got used to that. And now that they know you're getting weary and you're getting tired and you're about to walk out, you're about to, you know, turn away from this situation, even though you're still looking back because you are concerned. You know, this is a very interesting situation. This isn't someone who's flagrantly, blatantly hurting you or being rude in the situation, or being, I mean, maybe they are taking advantage, but they're not doing it like and rubbing your face in it or something. It's like whatever bad thing, or whatever, maybe not bad thing, but whatever not so gracious thing or gracious way they've behaved, you're kind of in a forgiving mood. You're kind of like, there's something about your nature, Cancer. Not all of you, by the way. This is not for everybody, but there's a strain in this collective that's pretty much bygones be bygones. Again, I may have been giving 80%. I don't want you to come back and flip these numbers, 80-20, and flip it. I want you to come back, or I want us to be able to work together, Three of Pentacles, work together in true partnership that is 50-50. That's all I want. I don't want you to do more. I want you to do what's expected, what is fair. And this person knows that, and they can see clearly. They can clearly see, oh, Cancer, you've got a point. Cancer, yes, I need to contribute more, and I need to fulfill my end of the bargain, so to speak. I need to step up. But there is a blockage here. These are two blocks, is how they're making me feel. And the blockage might just be themselves. Oh, okay. So first potential block is the Two of Pentacles, which to me in this deck gives off a heavy Two of Cups vibe. But even in this deck, the Two of Cups is very like romantic looking. But this also has like a romantic angle to it, because you've got these two skeletons. They're seated in a pod, in a pea pod, or some type of like a sleeping bag or something. They're close, they're tight. And then of course the face paint on both of them, on both of these skeletons, are one half of a butterfly. So this is an ideal partnership. You know it, they know it. But you see how the one skeleton is offering up the pebble or the rock or whatever the hell it is, and the other skeleton is taking it? It's like that. So as much as this is equal partnership and you both know it, someone here, or you both, and they're like, no, you both know that someone has taken advantages, or someone has, kind of played the lazy game, the other person is taking care of it. Again, it can go either way, but, I have been saying Cancer is the one who's been giving the most, but, some of you Cancers, you're the one taking the liberties, okay? So it's like, growing up is possibly a problem here. Insecurities, because Pentacles are about what's valuable to us: money, time, effort, all those things that I was mentioning earlier with the Six of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles, right? So that all equals security. When you have time, when you have money, when you have ample effort or the ability to put into those things or bring those things to a situation, you're coming in as a secure person. I don't care what the situation is: your work, your personal finances, collective finances, it could be a relationship, whatever. You have security. What I'm sensing is someone is offering up that pebble and someone else is taking it, right? One of the two people here, again, I'm going to say it's the other side of the story, Cancer, not you, isn't actually as capable to give. I did say that earlier. Now, that's coming from a place of insecurity. Why is this person insecure? It falls above your Knight of Cups position, so they might be emotionally insecure. If this is, a friend or a family member, they might, I don't want to say jealous, but they might find themselves they might compare themselves to you. They might feel lesser than you. They might feel inadequate in your light, in your what's that called? Living in someone's shadow, something like that. Like if this is like a sibling thing for some of you. I don't want to say jealousy, because I don't think it's jealousy, but I think it's this like looking at themselves and not feeling like they're up to the task, right? Now, that can bleed into several other things, if this is some type of it could be any partnership, but I'm also sensing somebody who their insecurity is linked to depression. Their insecurity is linked to some type of anxiety or some other type of emotional or behavioral condition, right? It could be someone's down on their luck and they haven't been able to catch the rebound yet. You know what I mean? Like if someone has had a series of bad luck in their life, a string of bad luck in their life, they could be like really down on themselves and really like, oh no, there's nothing I can do here. There's nothing my situation is ruined, like something like that. And then again, you're at the Three of Pentacles. This person comes in pretty strongly as a 2. So they're not that far from you in the sense of, accruing. You know what I mean? If you're like, hey, for the sake of working together, let's get back to basics. Let's go back to the drawing board. Let's go back to the start of this whole thing and agree to something. This is the initial stages, but this person is still in the thinking about it, evaluating it, right? Because Two of Pentacles traditionally in tarot shows a person with 2 pentacles in both of their hands deciding what to do. This person is still thinking about partnership, thinking about the ways in which you guys can come together. And you're kind of like, I already know we could work well together. Oh, they're switching this on me because they're like, remember you said ending, so let's talk about that. In that case, okay. So remember, and I'm sticking to it. It can also be about endings because the 10s are culmination points, right? So you've called attention to the timing of a situation. I'm no longer waiting. I can no longer put in this effort. Let me just go ahead and dead this thing. This Three of Pentacles could be your own, your investment in yourself, reinvesting or gathering what you put into the relationship, into the business, and taking it with you. This could be gathering up your own resources and taking it with you as you walk out the door. Something like that. I feel if you're thinking of ending something or you're leaning towards ending something, Cancer, you just want to, get your shit and go. Whatever you brought into this connection, you want to take it with you as you leave. And as this person catches wind and can observe or is told flat on their face, or straight to their face, I should say, this is over, 10 of Cups, it's not really going to happen, or we had our time in the sun, we had our connection, we got out of this, Cancer might be saying, I've tried to put more into this, but, it's not working out for me in whatever realm this hits. And so then this person, again, is in this, well, what about this? Or they're still in that insecurity thing of, well, maybe it's like reluctantly agreeing that it should end, even though they don't want to. This is very interesting. For those where this is like about an ending, I do feel that things are at a turning point, at least. Whether or not they will hardcore end, or if the ending is going to be long lasting, I don't know. I think this is like maybe a rude awakening. As you walk out, as you hold to your principles, or as you hold to what you promised, by this date, by this time, I'm not going to be available to you. I'm not going to be available in the situation. I'm cutting off my money. I'm cutting off my effort that I put in. That puts this person sort of, their back is against the wall. Now, I don't know that that's an ideal position that you would want to see them in or that they would want to be in. But the recognition is still here. Whether we're talking about trying to get something started or reconcile something, or if we're talking about putting something to bed and absolutely ending it. There is this meeting of the minds, but this person's possible physical self, physical reality is lacking. They lack money. They lack the ability to dedicate time and effort. They feel they might not have, like they might say something to you like, I'm down to my last, couple $100. I just can't take these risks with my money. It's very strange. Final card in the main message, Two of Wands. So I think no matter what's going on, what the specifics are to your situation, it's very different for everybody, of course. I feel that this person, they talk the talk, but they do not walk the walk. So Cancer, if you're thinking, well, maybe I should give it another shot. I don't think many of you are, but those who are thinking that, I think you should just leave it. And I normally don't say things so strongly like that. Like, I would love for you guys to leave it up to your own decision. And of course you should. Don't just say, well, Jay said it, so I'm going to do it. But I really feel like this person is not all there. Not in the way like that traditionally means not all there, as if they're crazy or something. They're not all there because they cannot dedicate the time, the energy, like I said, the effort to this thing in the way that they would like. They have that passion, they have that vision with the Two of Wands here. They see the potential. I already told you that with the Ten of Cups. They see that, things between the two of you, no matter what type of relationship this is, no matter what type of connection this is, this side or this person, whoever it is, they see that it's possible. But in this deck, this Two of Wands, usually like 8 times out of 10, because of the crossed arms and the mask, the bandana over the face, this is not somebody who's actually ready to take action, which is different than the traditional interpretation of the Two of Wands. Traditionally, it means I'm ready to go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm fired up. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the potentials. Again, this person talks that talk, but they do not do it. This is an inactive person. So they could sell you the pipe dream, or they could sell you on the potential. Like, oh yeah, I believe in that, and I could see us doing this together. And we could, if this is like a design project, we could do this and combine these colors and blah, 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 blah. But what they're actually doing is nothing. Standing still, looking you dead in your eye, taking what you're offering. If you're offering up your ideas, if you're offering up your money, your time, and all that stuff, they take it and possibly take it for granted, possibly take it because of selfish, insecure reasons, whatever. But the actual reciprocity that you want, where you started this reading, Cancer, is not there. And so, again, I think maybe some of them think you're bluffing. Maybe some of them think Cancer's not really going anywhere because they can see that posture of you leaving but still looking over your shoulder. Don't stop leaving. Let's say it that way. For those where you're actually going to make some changes in the situation, that you're not going to give in your time or give them your time. Thank you. Give them your time. Give them your energy, your effort, your money, your concentration, all that stuff, right? Continue that walk. Not to make them change, just because it's better for you. I feel that some of you are like, well, if I do this, they'll come running. Who cares if they come running? What do you need to do to get yourself to a better place? This is easier for those where this is like a business thing, I think, possibly. Because if it's about clientele, you have other clients to take care of. You have other people that you can work alongside. If this is about leaving a job, there are other jobs out there. I mean, it's a little scarce in this particular economic crisis that we're going through. But I feel some of you, you're not leaving to go nowhere. You're not leaving because you don't have another job lined up. You're leaving going towards something else. Continue that walk. Continue that journey, regardless of what this person does. Who cares what they decide to do? And they are in two positions of decision. The twos end up talking about choice often. So they can choose to do something or not do it. Who cares though? What do you need to do to secure yourself, Cancer? That's the center of this thing. That's the crux of this thing, okay? Outcome. Oh, you're here twice, I see. Okay. Your outcome is the Chariot card. This is your primary major arcana in the tarot deck. So this is you, major arcana for Cancer. And what was I just saying? Get on with it. Leave. The Chariot is about movement. Some of you, it is about physical movement, like, again, leaving a job. Some of you, it is about leaving like a roommate situation or a living situation because you've been paying the majority of the rent, or you've been putting in more towards utilities, and somebody that you're living with hasn't been pulling their weight. The other way around, it could go the other way around. You tell this person to leave, like you're on the lease, you're on the deed, so this person has to leave the premises. So it could go that way, like the ultimatum or the motion of the knight is you pack that person on their horse and you tell them where to go. And I don't feel you're being nasty about it, but the Chariot is about moving towards brighter pastures, moving towards things that are more conducive and positive for the overall, wellness of the person who's at the center of the reading, right? Which is you. So whether it means you leave or they leave, or you make moves in your career and you leave this person in the dust. Some of you, okay, thank you. That could also be it. Oh, there we go. That's why. I'm like, that was interesting, because they showed me what's the word? Decoupling. Thank you. They showed me a decoupling. I was like, why are they showing me that? Okay, so on this particular card, in this particular chariot, we see this caravan, which almost looks like a train car. And that's what you do to break the train apart, right? You decouple a set of cars or one car from the other. You decouple them. So some of you, this is a legit decoupling. You may have started in on a business proposal with someone, or you founded a company with someone, or you wanted to start and open up a business with someone, and they can't hack it. They don't have the money. They don't have the energy. They just can't get there. They can't meet you where you're going, or they can't meet the demands of the business. So decouple from them. Buy them out. I'm not telling you to do this, but like, this might be legit what you're trying to do. You might have to buy them out in order to continue down your path towards your dream of owning a business. Does that make sense? Overall energy for September. Secondary major for Cancer, the High Priestess. People also sometimes associate this with Pisces, so if you want to do so, you may go ahead and do it. But I'm getting like heavy fated energy. She's got that book. She's holding the key. She has the skeleton of like a raven or some type of bird up there on her throne. So this is like very fated. There's something going on behind the scenes, because that's also what the High Priestess is about what's going on behind the scenes, what's going on in other realms and other dimensions or realities or what have you, beyond the veil, right, where we cannot see. And I kind of talked about that earlier, but I was more specifically talking about you don't necessarily know all that's going on with this person. And I think that's still true, because this insecurity thing and this talking a good game but not actually backing it up, like this person, you might not know why they do these things or where this behavior comes from. Oh, and there's a 2 right behind that. So another 2. More shit about decisions. And this is a 2. High Priestess is a 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. This person is caught up in choices. And there's something about that is very integral. And everything is integral here from a cosmic standpoint, right? So what's going on here is fated. You walking away, regardless of how this other person reacts or what other side of this situation reacts, that's what you're supposed to do. I feel, even though some of you are like, I don't want to do this, because again, you've got this look over your shoulder energy with the Knight of Cups there. Even though you don't want to do it, it's exactly what you must do. And it is exactly what you're going to do. It's already written. It's in that lovely little book of hers. It's already written down. So be about your business. Do what you got to do. Focus on yourself. You know, as much as I feel, Cancer, you're desiring partnership with this person or in this situation, you want to work closely with others and share in this dream, share in this bliss or potentiality of bliss. Whoever you're thinking is the person, they're not there yet, or they're not the person, period. Okay? Cancer, that is your reading for September. If you liked it, there is a like button down below. Go ahead and hit that for me. Feel free to leave a comment. Let me know how this reading resonates with you, and share the video if you'd like, and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Doing any and all of those things is a good way to show support to the channel if you are not interested in a personal or donations, okay? Cancer, I will be back pretty soon, about 2 weeks, to do the mid-month messages, so you have that to look forward to. I really do appreciate you watching up until this point. Take care.